Welcome again to this series of video classes. In this lesson, we discuss the use of if and I wish. Let's start with if. Normally, we use the word if to talk about real situations. For example, this happens when we use if I do. So we use if I do to talk about real possibilities. For example, I just lost my phone. I don't know where I left it. So you can combine these two situations and say, if I find your phone, I will give it to you. Some other examples could be, if you study for the exam, you'll pass the class with no problem. If you pay attention, you will understand. If you use English every day, you'll speak it perfectly. If you complete the course, you'll get a degree. Now, as you can see in these cases, we are talking about real situations. When we talk about real situations, we normally combine the expression if with will, as in all these examples. Now, you can also use will for imaginary situations. So when we use if I did, we are using it for imaginary situations. And it is important to notice that when you use it in this way, you are not going to combine it with will, but you are going to use would, as in the following examples. If I won the lottery, I would buy a big house. Now notice how this is an imaginary situation. This is not real. And so you are just kind of imagining the situation. Let's take a look at number 2. If I were you, I would talk to him. If I had time, I would go on vacation. So in all of these 3 sentences, we are using if and the past form of the verb. Notice how in all of these 3 sentences, we are using the past, the simple past of the verb. Won, were, and had are the simple past of the verb. Notice also how after if, we are using a complete sentence. I want the lottery. I were you. I had time. Normally, we are going to combine these two features with the word would, with the auxiliary would. So it's very normal that after you use an if plus past sentence, you need to use would. If I won the lottery, I would buy a big house. Very important. Remember, when we use if to talk about imaginary situations, we need to use a past form after it. And again, right, just to repeat, use a past form after if. When you use the verb be, use only were. This is very important. This is very important. So you go like, if she were taller, she would ride the roller coaster. If he were more fun, I would date him. So notice how even though we are using she and he, we need to use the form of the verb to be were and not was. If he was taller, he would ride any game. If she was smarter, she would get better grades. Now, notice how these two sentences are using was. This is very normal in spoken English. So even though the correct form is if she were taller, you will find some people using if he was taller, because this is common in the spoken language. Notice how when I use I wish, you are kind of talking again to sort of imaginary situations. But in this case, you are using I wish. This is a similar word to the word if. So you say if I had more free time, I would study more. You can also use wish. I wish I had more free time. Normally, when you use I wish, you don't need to use another structure using would. Would is very common with if, not with wish. I wish I had more money. I wish I could pass the test. I wish I could learn more English every day. I wish I got a better car. Now you are ready to continue studying this lesson. Now you know the difference between I wish and if. I hope that you found this video interesting and useful. See you in the next one.